Okay, great. Then, overview is I'm going to give you an introduction, its relation to PI, that's performance in education research, and we'll do a short performance and reflection. In, let's see here, just a second. An introduction. Dancing the data, what does it mean? Is it literal? Is it a metaphor? Or is it both? Is the title of a book edited by Bagley and Cancienne. The book is an edited book of 12 different research projects in the field of medicine and health that was where they used performance to report their research. So this term refers the term form and function in the form and content in the title also is art terms. The term form refers to the work's composition, techniques, and media used, and how the elements of design are implemented. It mainly focuses on the physical aspects of the artwork, such as medium, color, value, space, etc., rather than on what it communicates. Content, on the other hand, refers to a work's subject matter, i.e., its meaning. What does it mean that we want to match the form and the content? Well, I have sat in classes of music or theater or history, and it's extremely interesting. The content is interesting, but the way it's presented is so dry and unmemorable. So in this case, the content and the form do not match. It should be interesting because the content is interesting, but the form is not. So, dancing the data, we want to do a performance of the data, matching form with content. That is, we do not want to give a presentation on an interesting topic in a dull way. We want the form, the content is performance, and the form is content, is performance. And in presenting, that is, at academic conferences, but presenting performance in education research. Why does one attempt to accomplish this matching? It makes no sense for people who say that performance in education is an important way of communicating, and yet when they give reports on their activities and their research, they do it in a way that is just like any other area, such as computer-assisted language learning, linguistics, even teaching. And what does this matching mean in terms of performance in education, PIE, PI? What it means is right now there's a focus in Japan on looking at performance in education as not just a frill, not just an something that is fun for a little bit of extra time that you have, but something that is valuable, and therefore there's more emphasis on research. And what I'd like to do is do a short interactive performance with the presenter and the attendees. So I would like to stop the share here. And I'd like to take a look at a script. Let's see here, just a second here. You can you can get this script at this site. It's Dancing the Data Final. That's the PDF of this, and JAST Showcase Research. And that is what we are going to be doing for the performance. So the site of that has the information is this site that I just put in the chat. Now here is, I'm going to share the screen again. And here is the research. The research was done at a performance showcase in Hiroshima on December 15th, 2019. And at this, I asked teachers, 6 teachers and 6 students to take a look at, to talk about what they thought the value of showcasing students or of performing in front of an audience, a new audience of people, and showing what they can do. And what I did is I created a reader's theater document that shows this this research and the research that I did. So what I'd like to do is here on chat, I would like to, no, it looks like I can't do this in here. Okay, then instead we're going to see it on the screen. And we have Ashley, Yvonne, Susanna, and Liwen Chang. We have 4 people, and we have 12 parts. So I'll take the part of researcher. Ashley, can you be teacher 1? Liwen, can you be teacher 2?
But the words are small in front of my screen. I can hardly see them.
Yeah, I'm making them bigger right now.
So I'm teacher 2. Can you make it bigger? A little bit bigger?
How is that?
Okay, thank you.
And
is it possible to send the link, David?
It looks like it's not. I checked and I can't send it from here. It does not give me a ability to set. Wait a minute, to send the link. Yes, I can send the link. Let me stop this. And here it is. Just a second here. I'm sorry. Everyone in the meeting. File. Here it is. Can you get that?
Not yet.
There it is. You get it?
I can see it on mine.
Who was just talking there?
This is Max.
Hey, Max. Okay. Okay, some people have received it already. Then here are the people. If we can get okay, I am the researcher. So let's redo this. I'm the researcher. Catherine, can you be teacher 1? Max, can you be teacher 2? Liwen Cheng, can you be teacher 3? Susanna, can you be teacher 4? Ashley, can you be teacher 5? And Yvonne, can you be teacher 6? And actually can and also, can you also play the part of the equivalent student? So I'm the researcher and you do your teacher number and student number, okay? Okay, let me do this. Let's do screen sharing. We just had it. Where'd it go? Okay. 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 I'm the researcher. I've been showcasing students, that is, having them perform in front of an audience for 40 years because I thought it was a good thing to do. But was it really? To answer this research question, on December 15th, 2019, I went to a showcase event, the 11th Intercollegiate Event of English Oral Presentation and Performance 2019, sponsored by the OPP SIG and Hiroshima chapter of JAST at Yasuda Women's University, Hiroshima. I interviewed 6 teachers and 6 students about what they thought the value of showcasing events like this was. Listen to the results of my research.
I should be reading this part?
Yes.
Okay, showcasing student focuses on enjoying English any way you like. Being perfect is not part of it. Student autonomy is important. I'm an English teacher, but much of what we do is life education.
Students desperately need opportunities to show their ability. They have enough knowledge of the English language itself, but they have no chance to use English with their own voice or their own bodies.
So the value of showcasing students is to help students move to the next stage.
Also, according to Vygotsky theory, we need society to share our language, habits, and ideologies. That's why it's important to have this kind of event to get together and share.
We need some kind of mental state that will penetrate the hard rock of inactivity. That kind of tenacity or strong will come from nowhere else but Matsuri events. Students show their stuff. Without events, they have no reason to show what they've got.
I see students grow in self-confidence, cooperate and collaborate more and better with their colleagues, value people who they never really thought about, and enjoy themselves. In effect, they have grown.
I see. Then I asked students how they felt before, during, and after doing the performance. Teacher 1, also student 1.
Sorry. Before I felt nervous. During I felt I had fun. After I felt satisfied.
Before, I felt nervous. I didn't want to do it. During, I thought I could enjoy it. After, I thought I appreciated the opportunity.
Before, I feel not so nervous. More now. Looking forward to it. During, I felt it was fun. After, I felt I enjoy other students' performance, especially the speech of girl from university.
Before I thought I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to join. I didn't want to come. During, I thought it was so nice and enjoyed it very much. After, I felt very happy to listen to other people's speeches. I could get a lot of value and things from other universities, so I'm happy to join this class.
Before, I felt that I was not looking forward to it. During, I felt fine, since I played the flute while others sang. After, I felt I was glad to listen to other groups. Every presentation inspired me. I think I have to study English hard.
Before, I felt a little nervous because practice time was so little. During, I did not think as I was busy. Everyone enjoyed the performance. After, I felt the other performances were very good.
I found that the value of showcasing students was these things.
Giving us the opportunity to show and share our ideas.
Encouraging
risk-taking.
Learning from
others.
And impacting others.
Yeah.
Transformation
and growth.
And growth.
This was research. Let me stop the share, and I'm going to go back to the share the screen for here. Okay, and sorry. So what happened was I did the research, and I could have, and I have reported this research in a very professional way at an international academic conference. And I did this with Ashley Ford. And she will tell you that I was unusually serious when I gave that presentation. But it was a presentation of research results. Now, I'd like there to be a comment from each person on how they felt about this performance. Ashley.
Well, it definitely encourages the audience participation. That part is really helpful, I think.
Yvonne?
Yeah, I feel the same. I like the interaction.
And M. Fernandez? Flora?
I just joined. I didn't even know what you were talking about. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Sorry, George? Catherine? Sorry, George?
Yes?
Did you see the performance?
No, I didn't. I just got here. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Catherine?
Definitely engaging. Sort of I wasn't sure what to do at first, but it was sort of short and manageable, like spoken language. So if you could do something like this in classes too.
Yes, Li Wen, Li Wen Chan.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I like it too. I think it's really very interesting. And to be honest with you, usually I only pay attention to the speaker, but your your activity give me a chance to look at other attendees. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Max.
Yeah, it's nice because it makes us pay attention to the presentation as you're doing it and to the content of it, because we have to perform, which is something that normally isn't done with a normal form of delivery.
Noor. Vivian.
Yes, I thought it was wonderful. If you had just explained your research results and we would be listening to that, we wouldn't be as interested or engaged and involved. So this was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Susanna.
I was enjoying the different intonations and the way how people felt being in the shoes of the student or the teacher. So it was like acting out something like as a performance. So I liked it. Thank you.
Good. I felt um, I felt that it was, to me, more interesting than just giving the results as a researcher. And it matched the 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 content and the form matched. And that meant that there was harmony in the message, and that's part of the Plato's uh, triangle of unity and coherence. So there was coherence in the message, and I also liked it because you guys did all of the reporting, and I just had to do a few of the parts of the reporting. So I thought it was good. This was the first time for for me to come to this realization that I shouldn't be doing reports of my research on performance in education as performance. I should be doing it as performance. I shouldn't be doing it as a regular academician. Are there any questions?
Do you think that this would still work if you had to present like statistical data or something along those lines?
Here's the thing. If you're doing statistical data, it would be more difficult. However, if you look at the book that this is the book here. If you look at the book here, this is the research, and almost all of the studies were qualitative research. And so I think it's much easier to do with qualitative research or with mixed methods research, so that you do the quantitative data as you usually would, but the qualitative data can be performed um, in a reader's theater way. And actually, if you take a look at if you take a look at this, the front slide and the end slide, that is actually a dance. They had professional dancers, dance troupe, interpreting as the reader's theater was reading. So, and this was at a major conference in Australia for medical and healthcare workers. So it's not that it is an artsy fartsy event. It was a very serious event and the topics were cancer and um, Alzheimer's disease. It was and gender issues. So it was really important issues done what and what I think is a way that makes, as we know, the difference between saying something and seeing a performance, an artistic performance, is when you say something, it registers in the head. But when you see an artistic performance, it hits the heart, it hits the spirit, it hits something inside of you that's more primeval than just your brain. And my point is that dancing the data is better than just saying the data. No, my point is let's consider dancing the data when it is appropriate to do so. Any other questions? Then we are finished for today. I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, before I finish, I'm going to go one more slide. On the 20th of February, there is an online conference. If you can, you can see the QR code in the middle. If you're interested, take a photo of the QR code, and it's also in the handbook for this conference. So Dr. Rod Ellis will be the plenary speaker, as well as Don Kobayashi, and also Vivian will be speaking, as well as Yvonne and Ashley, myself, and who knows, maybe you. I hope so. Anyway, thank you very much. You can please unmute your microphones and give a round of applause to David, who was the center for this. Okay. We are going to be, we have the next speaker.